Welcome back, and it's great to have you here on WKYT for Kentucky Newsmakers. And we're visiting with Ty Brown right now. He's serving this year as president of the Lexington Bluegrass Association of Realtors. It's been kind of an interesting year to be in this capacity, hasn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess every year has its own set of challenges. As we talk about right now the fact that there is this shortage of homes for sale in Lexington, there may be some people who are considering getting their property in a position to sell it. What would you have them do?
Well, pricing is obviously your biggest factor always. Yeah. But what things are people are looking for right now? I mean, obviously you want to have a clean home, fresh up the paint. I often caution buyers, sellers especially, to not overdo it a lot of times, because if you're changing paint and colors and carpets and things, it may not be what you like if you come in and buy it. So sometimes there's a good, and not overdo it, obviously. But updating your kitchen, your bathrooms is always tried and true, been the main things. People want to see that. Adds
value.
Typically, you get the most money back for the money you spend on those. Decks are a big thing, especially this time of year. People want outdoor living. The big trends right now are efficiency. Your smart homes, your smart door locks, your smart thermostats, and things like that. Those are big. People may not be necessarily willing to pay more for that, at a home, but it would separate you from a competitor or from another property. Outdoor living, again, I went into that, and also multi-generational living starting to be a thing. That's usually your higher end homes, but it is something that you're seeing more and more of, and it probably will be in the future.
Meaning there might be quarters for the parents, grandparents,
yeah,
that kind of thing?
Parents coming back in, or even college kids coming back from college.
Right. Works both ways, right?
Right.
So as people are getting their homes ready, and they, maybe the curb appeal is something that obviously when you drive up, the first thing you see. What are some quick little things you could do to make it more eye appealing?
I always tell my sellers 85-90% of the whole game's done when they open the front door. So come out, get your realtor, get somebody objective to come out and look at your front of your house and as soon as they walk in the door. So having your yard trimmed, having some color on your doorsteps, the color of your door, the door handle. Who wants to touch a old run out grimy door handle? Get a new door handle. That makes a huge difference. Realtors will appreciate that if you have a good lock that works and it's easy. Those are big. And then when they go in the house, it wants to be no smells. You got to worry about the pet smells, and a lot of times you're used to it. You may not be able to smell it in your own home. So get somebody to come in to do not necessarily a full-blown staging necessarily, but kind of a walkthrough, kind of a consultation of what it takes to get your house to appeal to the people that are going to be in the market that you're selling to. Don't try to appeal to people in $200,000 houses, more expensive, and not, don't short yourself by going too low either.
When a real estate professional is showing a home and there are questions, well, I don't particularly like this, or I think I would like that. Number one, you're talking about with this shortage of supply in Lexington, you can't be that picky. Mm-hmm. Do you also suggest to them, well, this can be fixed for this amount, or maybe the owner would take care of this if you talk to them?
Again, it goes back to your price points. Yeah. The lower price point, unfortunately, doesn't have that ability. A lot of times they don't have as much money saved up, or they're maybe getting close to 100% financing, and some of the loan programs don't allow for fix-ups. They have to be ready to go when they come in. But you get into your your mid to higher price points, absolutely. Some people can see through it, some people can't. I mean, we've had people who have not bought. I've had people who not bought a home because they didn't like the couch, and the couch will not be here when you buy the home, I promise you. But it's just they can't get away from it. They focus on it. So things like that are very important to get out, because it's a psychological it's a big decision, and people take it serious, and they're oftentimes looking for a reason to disqualify a home.
Well, then the age-old question: should people remove their personal effects from a home? I mean, I guess you want some furniture, but maybe if they have pictures, that kind of thing up, that might not be a good idea, right?
You could ask 3,000 realtors and welcome up 3,000 answers, but for the most part, I think don't overdo it. Declutter, clean. People want to see what they're going to live in. They want to see what the space is going to be. So don't go crazy with it. But obviously, you don't want to do something that's going to offend somebody or could be, controversial.
In this kind of market and moving forward, what kind of career is realty?
Well, LBAR just went over 3,000 realtors last week, and that's a record high for us. That's a huge number on one end for the size of the community we're in, but we're 22 counties, so that's, if you think about it, about half of them are in Fayette County, half are outside. But The career is a good career. I mean, it's something you have to be prepared for going into it, because it's not easy. It's you're taking the biggest asset anybody's maybe ever have, and you're responsible for getting them the most amount of money they can, or getting them the best deal you can. And every situation's unique. It's different. There's no two that are the same, and there's a lot of things you can and can't control. So if you're good at that, then real estate may be the business.
I would think different realtors kind of specialize according to maybe, somebody's good at downsizers, and maybe somebody else is good with young people, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and having your niche is something that a new person into our business, if they have a niche, do well, because they have an affinity group, they know how to market, they know the lingo. It can be commercial, it could be new construction, it could be, like, say, downsizers, whatever. That's very helpful to come into the business, absolutely.
Right. Ty Brown with Elbar, thank you for coming. Appreciate it very much.
Thanks for having us, man.
All right. Thank you for joining us on WKYT's Kentucky Newsmakers. Hey, I'll see you bright and early this week on WKYT This Morning. We start earlier than the realtors at 4:30 on WKYT. Make it a good week ahead, everybody.